Hi everyone, Amanda Jane here from Amanda Jane Crafts, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to do this easy crochet scarf pattern, and I'm using double knitting weight yarn. This one is from Hayfield and it's part of their Baby Blossom double knitting range, and as usual for double knitting you'll need a size 4mm crochet hook. Now this is a 2-row repeat pattern, but trust me, the second row is really easy, and it's made up of crossed double crochets on one side, on the right side, and then a row of single crochet on the reverse side, the second row. And you can see that this gives a nice pattern. It's a variegated yarn and it's got these bands of touches of green in them, so I really rather like this, and it would make a great yarn for a child or a toddler's scarf. So I'm actually going to demonstrate using this plain blue because it'll be easier for you to see these stitches. So let's get started. We begin by chaining an even number of stitches, so think about how wide you want your crocheted scarf to be, and I'm simply going to do a small swatch here of 14 stitches, but you might want to, you're going to go a bit wider than that. This has 24 stitches, but to show you how this works up, I'll do 14. So yarn over 1, yarn over 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now the first stitch you're going to do is what's called a standing single crochet, and this mimics a double crochet but creates this nice firm edge up the side of your work. So to do this, we're going to insert our hook into the second chain, 1, 2, and I like to go in the V, capturing the top 2 strands, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. So that's a single crochet, US terms. Now we're going to do another single crochet into this leg. So you'll see that there is a leg here. You're going to insert your hook into the leg, and you're going to do another single crochet. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So this can replace that 2 chain that we often use at the beginning of a row or the end of a row for a double crochet. Gets you up to the right height. Now in the next stitch we're going to skip this next chain stitch. We're going to do an ordinary double crochet into this stitch here. So skip 1, double crochet into the next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's pretty straightforward. Now we're going to do another double crochet, but we're going backwards this time. So how do we do this? Let me get a bit more yarn here. Yarn over, this is a double crochet going backwards. We're going to go into the stitch below. Now I find it easiest to push that towards you in that bottom loop and just tip your crochet hook behind afterwards. So we're doing this rocking motion. That's the easiest way to find where to put your crochet hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and you'll think it's all going to be a tangle. Don't worry, it'll sort itself out. Just pull that up a touch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. This first row in all crochet is always a little bit of a struggle, but we'll get there. Skip a stitch, go into the next stitch with a normal double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we're going to do another crossed double crochet, and this is in the forwards position. In the next video I'll show you how to do another pattern. So poke your crochet hook, insert it into that front loop, capturing all the strands, and then twist your crochet hook back, capture your yarn, and just trust it'll work out. Pull it up, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. So you see it does work out. It looks a bit awkward. So we've got these 2 sets of crossed double crochet. Skip a stitch, normal double crochet into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go backwards into that bottom loop, push your crochet hook behind your work, yarn over, whoopsie daisy, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. This one doesn't want to come through, come on. Insert your hook, 3rd time lucky, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Skip a chain. Now look very carefully where you're skipping, yarn over, normal double crochet, and then a backwards double crochet. Insert your hook into that previous chain, push your hook behind your work, hold your work steady, pull through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now, as I said before, this first row is the trickiest. After that, it's plain sailing. Yarn over now, find that previous chain, just here, go into that bottom loop, there we go, push your hook behind, keep your thumb and finger, this thumb and this finger on your work, yarn over, pull up a loop, come on, trust me, it's going to go through. There we go. Yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Skip a chain, and we've got to the last chain. This is why we crochet an even number to start with. We're just going to do a single, one double crochet, a sole double crochet on the end. Finish our work off. We're going to do a chain and turn our work, and let's look at this first of all. So we've got these twisted double crochet, so crossed double crochet for this crochet scarf. We're now going to do the second row. Turn our work, we've done our single chain on the end, turn our work, and in that very first space, this one here, we're going to do a single crochet. Now just remember that that's how you start this second row. So we've got a turning chain and a single crochet right at the beginning, because that's how you remember to keep a straight edge. So that's a tip for keeping a straight edge. You might want to photograph that. You might want to mark it, but just make sure that that's how you're going to start every row. Because some patterns, you'll do a turning chain and your first stitch will be here. We want our first stitch to actually be here. And then we're going to do single crochet all the way across. And this is quite straightforward. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert, pull through. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. Insert your hook, whoops. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now this stitch just needs a little bit of adjustment. I'll do that with a darning needle later. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Then we have the standing or stacked single crochet that we began with, and we just tip our work slightly towards ourselves and go through the top of that stitch just in the normal way, but it does get a little bit more hidden, so just tip your work towards you. Then we're not going to do a turning chain at all here. So unlike on a single crochet row where we did that turning chain, we're going to turn and do our stacked or standing single crochet, one single crochet on top of another. So let's do that. And we're going to do that into this little gap here. So right at the beginning, insert your hook, pull up a loop and do a single crochet, and then we're going to go into this leg and do another single crochet on top, like so. Some people use a whole chain of these to start off their work. It's quite a good way of creating a foundation chain. Now we are going to do our pairs of crossed double crochet. And what we want to look for is the way in which this is done, because it can get a little confusing, because we need to know which of these to go into. Do we go into this one, or do we go into this one, or do we go into this one? So we're going to count across to make sure that we go into the right stitch. We finish the row with a space and a double crochet at the end. So this is a pair, this is a pair, we go all the way backwards, so we note that this is a pair. We go straight into these 2 stitches. It looks wrong because it looks like you're going into the chain before this chain here. It works out perfectly if you just go into that second chain. So it's a standing single crochet and then skip a stitch and go into the next stitch with your double crochet. Yarn in, pull up a loop, yarn over, then you're going to go backwards. Now this becomes much easier than before because you're going to go straight into that hole just behind this one here, just behind, and do your double crochet. Skip a stitch, double crochet in the usual way, find the hole before, double crochet. So it's much easier this second row than that foundation row. That foundation row was a bit of a struggle, and I didn't edit all the tricky bits out because I want you to see how even somebody who's used to doing lots and lots of crochet can struggle at times to get things just perfectly. turned out fine. There we go. Last one here. And then we're going to skip a stitch, or looks like you skip a stitch. We're going to go into this stitch here, which is just next to this loop that comes around the side of your work, with our last double crochet just here. Now remember, when we do our next row, we do a turning chain, and we go into the beginning little triangle hole just there underneath that first stitch, and we work our single crochets all the way across, not into any gaps, into the tops of the stitches all the way across. So you're catching both of those top loops that you can see just here. Just trust that your crochet hook will go into the right place. You don't need to do too much turning of your crochet hook. It just works. So remember, the ends are a little bit harder to find. Just turn your work towards yourself and you'll see that V. Insert your hook into that V. No turning chain, just turn your work, standing single crochet, 1, and into the leg, 2. Then have a look at your work and remember that you're going into, and it looks wrong, you're going to go into this stitch just here. Okay, so let's do this last row. Ordinary single crochet into that second stitch. Go backwards into the previous stitch. Once you've done that and lined it up, you'll see that the work does stack properly, one on top of the other. When you begin the row, trust me, it does feel and look slightly wrong. And you'll soon find out if you've made a mistake, because you'll get to the end of the row and you won't have the right number of stitches. You can count your stitches, but honestly, you'll get used to this very quickly. Skip a stitch, ordinary double crochet, backwards double crochet, skip a stitch, ordinary double crochet, backwards double crochet, and that's in front, and then an ordinary double crochet right at the end, making sure that you go right through the top of that stitch. There we go. And it's a single crochet, turn your work. So it's a reversible stitch. That's technically the reverse, but the front is this side, and all your crosses are going in the same direction, which gives this really pretty pattern. Very easy to remember, because one row is just a straightforward single crochet and the other row is just one straight double crochet and then one behind, and just with this neat edge you get that really neat edge without too much effort, and that is how it goes. So going back to our longer sample here, you can see that using variegated yarn looks really pretty. Would be lovely for somebody who really likes pink. This does come in a blue colorway and other colorways as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you're working on at the moment, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Please subscribe and click that bell for notifications of upcoming videos. Take care. Bye.